back 3 years ago, the state enacted a temporary surcharge on the highest earners. Somehow it got to be called the millionaire's tax, even though it hits people, individuals at $200,000 adjusted gross income and families at $250,000. So that expires December 31st, 2011. If we do not renew, the 2011-12 fiscal year takes a hit because of the overlap of the calendar year and the fiscal year. Is the governor going to stick to his gun eternally? He says, no, we're not doing that. Enormous pressure to undo that.
How big a hit if it doesn't extend?
It's billions of dollars of revenue that is generated by this temporary surcharge here. So we get to April 1, and let's say there's not a budget. The budget has not been adopted. So the choices are, all right, last person out today, turn the lights out, and nobody shows up tomorrow. I mean, nobody with exception is health and safety, that kind of thing. Or the governor will submit an emergency appropriation bill. At the end of last year, Governor Patterson came up with what I think is his legacy, among his legacies. A very significant innovation, which is one of those things where you just say, duh. I mean, how did we not think of this before? He decided that because the Constitution restricts what the legislature can do with these emergency appropriation bills, you can't just amend it like any other piece of legislation. You can either, more or less, without getting off into real technical, legal, dense stuff, more or less you can pass it or not. So Governor Patterson said, okay, that gives me a lot more leverage. I'm going to throw some of my budget cuts into these emergency appropriation bill. You don't like it? You shut the government down. You tell 100,000 people that they're not coming to work. And, you know, it pretty much worked. So I have been working under the assumption that we're going to see this. You don't like my proposal? We can't get to an agreement by April 1st? No problem. Here's the first emergency appropriation bill, which looks suspiciously like this stack of documents that I submitted to you on February 1st. We'll see whether he's got the, you fill in the blank, to do that.